something. There you go. You hear that? Can you hear me? Test, test.
We have too many of these phones close together. This isn't plugged in yet. You turn yours off so I can put my phone up.
Test, test. Test. 1, 2, 1, 2.
Let me see these cell phones.
Test. 1, 2, 1, 2.
Hear yourself.
Can y'all hear me? You said no sound. Echoing. Hello, hello. Test. 1, 2. Oh, now there is sound. How are you? Sound like a little echo.
No, it's not an echo.
You can hear? Okay. All right. Just testing out the equipment here. How's everybody doing this evening? Got a little light set up. My wife bought me this microphone right here beside me. You're welcome, brother Chu Perez.
Testing, testing. Yeah, the mic's working.
So let me get this mic a little bit closer now.
Let's turn the mic down just a little bit. Oh, echo. That's what it is right there.
Yeah, turn it down. Turn on the echo. There, get that out of there. There we go.
Let's try that.
Can you hear me now?
Can you hear it in the headphones?
They said there's an echo and delay. Hello, hello, test, test. They said perfect. Somebody said perfect there.
Okay, let's try that. We're gonna have to figure out the echo and figure out the.
All right.
And you got all your buttons for sounds and stuff.
How's everybody doing today? I hope y'all can hear me. Thank you. Thank you for the clap.
Try out all the buttons. What are they? Here.
Is the trolls from OKC here? Or-
You have to push it a little early. There's a delay on the button.
Yeah. So,
Hold on.
I don't know what that was. You're just testing out this equipment, yo. I'm sorry I didn't make a video yesterday, but I was kind of tired. Gotta give me some rest. Hope everybody's having a great evening tonight. How about the lighting, Xavier? Send me a mic. Yeah, this laptop is like a delay. How you doing, Runner? Thank you all for being here tonight. Testing out this equipment and doing a run here with it to see how it does. We got Real MMA, Kelly Strock, Q Perez, uh, Nikki, Runner, Katie Steele. I think that's fine right there. Where was that? Like where you had it was fine. Wasn't too much lighting like that. You had it set up. Getting the equipment set up here, giving it a test run. Maybe you can change the remote. No, you can shut up the light. No, but shut up the light right there. Go to meet that one. Let me try the different. Let me lighten it up. So there you go. How's everybody doing this evening? Hope everybody's doing great. How did y'all enjoy your holiday today? I hope everybody had a good day today. I know it's hot here in Texas. Me myself, I just watched a little bit of wrestling, and I'm just here relaxing. Uh, my wife bought me this light setup and a microphone, so I'm using the equipment. I guess you could say it's a Father's Day early present. I want to send a shout out to my wife, Maria Cias. Thank you, love, for buying me this equipment. Now we can have some fun here. Oh, no, spiritual equipment encounters. Uh, I hope everybody's doing good. Uh, my stepson helped me set it up, and my wife is the one that bought me this equipment. Yeah, that machine gun is going to be for the trolls. So, okay, see, you and your misfit, thumb nuts, maggot, uh, OKC, corner of the cob identified, fire on the way. Oh, we gonna have some fun in this motherfucker. Yeah, that them people are troublemakers. So I got something for them from now on. Uh, the psycho lady, what's her name? I don't know. All I know she's got a mugshot of herself. She was talking stuff about me. Uh, crazy lady identified. Fire on the way. Corn on the cob. Hungry feeders identified. Fire on the way. Ooh, we gonna have some fun in this mother. We got a what do you call them? Uh, Panhandler identified. Fire on the way. Corn on the cobbler from OKC identified. Fire on the way. Target. Ceasefire. Christian Crazy Larry Bird identified. Fire on the way. I'm just having fun right now, yo. Just messing around. So now that the trolls come up and try to mess up my life, yet I got something for them. I'm gonna light them up. I ain't gonna run out of ammo. Thank you. Oh, we're gonna have fun tonight. That's all I gotta say. Oh my god. I'm gonna test them out. See what they do. Uh, uh, the hell is that? Is that a crow? Let me see what this is. Here's one. Dude, we don't want to do that one too much. I'm just having fun, y'all, right now. Before I get the show, just seeing what everything does. How's everybody doing this evening? I hope everybody's doing great. Like I said before, I want to thank my beautiful wife for this equipment. Now, every time the trolls come, I can have fun. I need to go buy me a CVC like I was a tanker and put it on. So every time they come into my lobby, I'll say troll identified. Fire on the way. How you doing, Primo Jesse Carvajal? How you doing today? So yeah, I'll just testing out the equipment. Now we can speak. We're gonna have some fun here on Spiritual Encrypted Encounter for those that tune in. And for the haters, I just got one thing for y'all. Orale. I hope everybody enjoyed the weekend. Uh, said I had to give me some rest, but the real reason that I didn't come live last night, it wasn't because I was getting rest. I was playing for a jackpot. It's called a major, and there was a delay on the game where it took hours for it to move up, and we got lucky. Me and my wife, uh, we won. We both won part of that major, so that's why I didn't come live last night. I had to do the night shift just to make sure that when the money wasn't going through to the location, that when it finally went through, I woke up my wife and I told her, "Hey, let's play for it." We got lucky last night, but I hope y'all can saw me. Y'all can hear me loud and clear. That's good, cousin Jesse. I know last week, because of the tornado and everything that was happening here in Temple, Texas. I'm used to seeing this kind of things all throughout my military career. I used to train out there when a tornado went right above our tank. Went through our tank, but 65 tons ain't gonna move. Uh, I've been out there with water up all the way to my chest area, neck area, while we're training. So when I see this natural disasters, it's nothing new to me. Because that's what we do. We're supposed to go. It doesn't matter if there's hailfire coming out. It doesn't matter if there's asteroids falling from the sky. We go out there and we do our job regardless, right? That's why we train in all terrains. You're welcome, primo. Uh, yes, uh, like my stepson's got a lot of work. He's working on a lot of houses that have damage from that tornado. I mean, there's a lot of damage throughout Temple, Texas, but what can break us, we just make us stronger. That's all I gotta say. This has been my motto all my life. Last week I took a couple of days off from my regular routine, uh, but this week I'm back on it. Doing my workouts that I do, and going live here on Spiritual Encrypted Encounter. What do y'all want to talk about? Give me a topic, and we'll talk about it. Right. Uh, I just want to be straight up with y'all, brothers and sisters. Uh, for those that know me, like my cousin Jesus Carvajal, he knows I've always been the type of person that I rather, how should I say, show love than anything else, violence wise. In order to be that kind of way, you have to have a lot of patience. Even though this world is a doggy dog world, I prefer to have a love foundation. It's a different feeling than being, how should I say, alert at all times, watching your back at all times. I was like that in the military. Uh, my job was is one of those jobs that was very demanding in the front lines. There's something happens, you get called upon, and you go to the location you didn't even know the territory, the terrain, and you have to adapt, adjust, and overcome the territory, and be the best that you can be when you're out there. Accomplish the mission that uh, they tell you to do. That was then. This is now. But it's always within me. Once a soldier, always a soldier. Uh, all these people, stolen valor guys, you know, and you know who you are because you make videos that you were in the military. Shame on you, and you should be ashamed. You're a disgrace to every American. Stolen valor guys, you're a disgrace to every American to serve the United States Army. Uh, you know, uh, I know how we handle those kind of people, but that was then. This is now. So for you trolling stolen valor guys that pretend to be that you served in the military, you never did. I just got one word for you. Stolen valor identified. Fire on the way. Uh, I see a lot of people. They talk about different topics. I'm going to share something that I witnessed in a dream. First, I would like to say a little prayer before I continue. Is a tie boundary rebuke. Uh, Anything negative is tries to affect me uh, while I'm awake or asleep. You're not allowed in my mind or my love foundation. Uh, Taking authority over you in Jesus Christ's name. I bind and rebuke you. Through Jesus Christ. Amen. Yeah, sometimes we have dreams and we can't look too much into the dream, because the dream is just that. Uh, Sometimes things can be shown to us within a dream, but we're not supposed to look too much into it. But if it's something that we're seeing is bad, we just type on rebuke in Jesus Christ's name. Whether somebody's trying to do witchcraft or necromancy, within the dreams you can see right through the dream, what's causing the dream. Once you see right through the dream, then whenever you wake up, you're able to pray. I know there's a lot of people that have sleep paralysis, sleepwalk, and they get affected like that. The succubus and incubus, they do attack uh, while you're uh, sleeping. That's what when they attack the most is when, and they come in numbers, females, males. The succubus is a female, the incubus is a male, and they travel together. Sometimes they have a familiar with them. Uh, when you feel sometimes somebody's pulling your legs, or you feel like somebody's choking you out, or somebody's touching you around your body while you're asleep, and you can wake up out of the dream, is most likely that this sees your body, which is your vessel, vulnerable. Especially you have a spiritual opening. That's how they attack. So it's very important to keep your house clean, uh, keep your rooms blessed, and stuff like that. Uh, Especially your bedroom. Uh, I always carry black tourmaline and selenite with me for protection. Of course, Jesus Christ is the ultimate protection. Yeah. So I had a dream where, in the dream they're trying to tell me that my life here on earth is over. Uh, so I thought by never that when I woke up. It's kind of like that's how they attack brothers and sisters. If you're believing what is being shown to you, words can be a powerful thing. Uh, Doctors tell you, hey, you got this much to live. Prove them wrong. You prove them that there is a higher power that controls our destiny of how we live, which is Jesus Christ. I remember when the doctor told me I had this is when I was younger. Who knows, like, shoot, like 33, 34 years old. I was young. Tried to tell me I had a year and a half to live. It's like, wait a moment. Yeah, I was in some conditions. I had a blood clot on my leg, and I was having all kinds of health issues. But I didn't give up. So what? I'm gonna go back to what I used to do. If I can't run, but I can walk. I can walk a lot of miles. So I did something about it. I kept on walking and walking, exercising. I was like double the reps, triple the reps of what I was doing because you know my I have that the will to live, right? So by the time I went back to the doctor, he's like, look at the charts, and he's like, hey, continue to do what you're doing. So whatever you're doing, you just reversed your fate. He said the way I was heading was for a heart attack or stroke and stuff like that. They were severe, and he said, "Continue to do what you're doing. You know, that's why I work out. I work out daily. That's the thing that kept me going. You know, sometimes the doctors tell you, oh, you don't need to be working out. You don't need to be doing this. You know, relax, take it easy. Nah, you gotta fight. You know, while you still got breath in you, take that step. Take another step. You know, it goes from baby steps, you know, to walking a lap, 2 laps, a mile. It goes further, 2 miles, three, 4, 5, up to 20 miles a day. It's, it's within you. Your will. You have the will to survive, the will to live. That uh, you can do it. How you doing, Sister Ivy? I made it. So I know that this equipment is working now, uh, and like I said, I want to thank my wife for buying this equipment. Thank you for the song. Oh yeah, we're gonna have some fun now. Let them controls come. I got something for them right here. Um, y'all can see me pretty good right there. Yeah, I was looking at some of the pictures that I got. You know, I have a lot of pictures from back in the day where you could literally see if something's there. The activity at Elk Grove was crazy. What I experienced there when I was fighting spiritually from 2002 all the way to 2015 was something that that's going to be with me for the rest of my life. But I remember the bad things that were happening, and I remember the good things. How I overcame what was in Elms Grove. There is still activity there in Elms Grove. I was looking at some of the old pictures that I have from that path, where you can see something literally there looking at me. You know, manifested, looking at me. I'm thinking about working on those pictures from back then and making short reels out of them. You all can see, you know, what I was going through back then. But yeah, there's been a lot of activity happening. I haven't been out back out to the woods to investigate. As y'all know, when I try to go there live through Facebook, it wouldn't work at all out there. I could record off my phone, and you could hear me uh, through my phone, but Facebook wouldn't work out there for anything. Yeah, I still see a lot of people posting pictures of supposedly Bigfoots, and you can literally tell it's a person in costume. You know, I'm sorry, but that's what I see. You know, people in costume playing Halloween 24/7. You know, it's like if you're capturing the picture, right, and you, I mean, the way that it's staged, uh, they're lucky, man, that they'll run into somebody with a real weapon out there one day, and they're in the costume and they're gonna get shot. That's what's gonna happen. Uh, there's somebody gonna mistake them for what they believe is a cryptid, and they want to get that evidence by killing the cryptid. That gonna be whoever's wearing the suit. They're going to wind up dead because somebody's gonna mistake them for a real cryptid. It's just my opinion, what I think about that. It's kind of like when you're going, training, you go down range and you shoot the targets that are out there, shooting the targets, but we're able to distinguish a target from if somebody's real out there, you know. But in real life combat, they dress like the enemy, right? And they're a target. That's what we're sent to destroy. You know, this whether it's tanks or uh, their soldiers. Uh, then we got to do what we got to do. Yeah, I'm sorry I bring the spiritual aspect. I'm sorry, but not so sorry because this is what I do. Spiritual aspect. I know I always get people that come in here and say, "Do you believe in cryptid?" Well, it's the cryptid on there, but it's not because I believe that they're 100% flesh. It's kind of like this. It's either or the or, right? Either you believe it or not. Well, I believe more of it being demonic, a demonic being, in which it can manifest to look to whatever it wants to look like. Imagine that he can change manifestation faster than a blink of an eye. He can turn from a from a Bigfoot to a dog man to a goat man to a puppy to a person, uh, mimic different voices, uh, manifest to look like you, uh, because that's their capabilities. Uh, that's what they do. When we talk about shapeshifters, skinwalkers, uh, brujas, those that have done sold their soul, they have those capabilities uh, that uh, have those abilities to be able to lechuzas. The brujas they like turning into lechuzas, which is the owls. Uh, and you got some that are dark shadow figures. That's what they become, like shadow people slash shapeshifters when they die. So they roam Earth, still messing with people, but they're in spirit form, right? So they go mess with people that that they target. Kind of like me. What happened with that man that had passed away already? I didn't even know he had passed away until I was told, which was a couple of years passed by when I found out he had already passed away. So he decided to come and mess with me in spirit, where he took the form of a shadow figure, and he was flying in the air and he was laughing, and I recognized the laugh. So I already knew that it was him. So I fought him spiritually, and one of the things that I did is forgive him. Once I forgave him, all the things that were happening to me stopped. So I beat him with the Love Foundation again, just like I overcame him with the Love Foundation before when I was younger. Uh, Mickey G. Sorry about your internet. Yeah, yeah, I wanted to talk. Since we're talking here, just random chat. Anybody got any questions you would like me to answer? We'll answer to you. Um, like when you go through something spiritual, uh, and you get affected by it, you'll never forget what you went through. So it's when you go to areas or somebody say, "Hey, there's some activity happening in my house." It's like your first to nature, spiritual first to nature kicks in, and you already know what to expect because you've been through it before. In which I target the disembodied spirit that's uh, unclean spirit, should I say, that's affecting the family that might be targeted where they have activity in the home. Sometimes what they do is they like to attack the children when they're asleep because for the fear factor. So the more they scare them, the more power they get over the domain, whether it's the room, the living room. So it's very important when you go to a location that if somebody's calling for help, is that you go there prepared. Uh, pray before, pray, of course, you pray during and after. You have to be spiritual ready to be able to face whatever is afflicting a household or a person, somebody that can be have an attachment on them. You know, I heard I think somebody had told me that something about their sister-in-law that she was acting strange and stuff like that. Uh, that she had messed with an Ouija board or something like that. When through Jesus Christ, when you fight bind and rebuke it through Jesus Christ, in true faith, in true belief, whatever's there in that individual is going to flee because they fear the power of Jesus Christ. So if the demonic beings flee to the power of Jesus Christ, then everything that that believes in those fallen angels, right, or should I say, demonic beings or anything that's affiliated with that, uh, they really don't have the power that they think they have. Just because they think they're bad doesn't mean that they're bad. Uh, they think that they have some kind of powers that got bestowed upon them, or they think they're bad because they scare, certain individuals. They think they're bad because they scare their children or scare uh, their family members because they're bullies. They like to, how should I say, mental manipulate their family members through fear, right? Through not just mental manipulation, but physical manipulation. If they don't say something, and they try to put the fear of God in them. To me, those kind of people are cowards. They're cowards because they prey upon the weak. Right? They haven't ran into somebody that's not going to be playing games with them. Somebody that will show them that he's not that bad of a person. I hope everybody's listening here. Let me see if I can get this working here again. Oh, there we go. Oh yeah. Well, the dream I had, it has to do with Elms Grove, something dealing with that area. It's kind of like something's drawing me to go back there, but to a different location of Elms Grove, where something might have happened, but I don't know yet if I want to go to that direction because, like I said before, the activity is pretty hot and heavy there. It's like Ghost. We think about Ghost. There was an episode. I don't know if you remember the show. For those that are old enough, there used to be the show called uh, Lost in Space uh, with Will, what was his name? Will, Dr. Smith, and there was a ghost on the show. The ghost was small at first, and started scaring Will, and every time he got him scared him, the ghost got bigger. So as the show went on, he kept on scaring Will, and the ghost kept on getting bigger and bigger and bigger. By the time you know it, the ghost was so big that it was bigger than the spaceship. Right? So then it was attacking the whole crew. Then Will said, "I'm not afraid of you no more," and the ghost started getting smaller and smaller and smaller till it just went away because he took the fear factor and belief of it away from it. So then he had no power over them, and the ghost just disappeared. In that sense of a way, ghosts, they come all the time. Uh, some of them they want to cross over, uh, which we have to pray. The humans can't cross over back into the kingdom of heaven, but uh, souls that are trapped here on earth can, in which they when they come to us, it's because they know that we have a love foundation. They know we have a relationship with Jesus Christ. So they see that as we're able to help them out spiritually. So they come to me all the time in that manner. Which sometimes when I'm out there investigating, I have to pray, uh, just in case it's a spirit. Because you got to remember, uh, this DDN, about a demonic Nephilim, demons, whatever you want to call them, they can mimic voices. So you have to be careful what you believe in it is. Right? Yeah, there's ghosts all around us. There's a lot of people in spirit around us. Our loved ones are around us, even though they might not be here in the flesh. They're always going to be around. I'm trying to be around for as long as the Heavenly Father blesses me to be around. Even though I get this crazy dreams where they're already trying to count me out of the equation. When I wake up, I type on the rebuke in Jesus Christ name because I know that it's the negative side of the balance trying to plant the negative seed. So I rebuke it in Jesus Christ's name. Uh, you ever have dreams where there's food and they're trying to get you to get something to eat? Trying to give you something, uh, and you're debating whether you're gonna eat or not eat whatever's there in the dream. That could be a spiritual opening also. Uh, it just happens that way sometimes. They, the dreams they switch. I got a story for y'all. These people talk about cryptid. So this is a cryptid story. They won't say it's cryptid, but to me, after I finish this story, you're gonna know that it's a cryptid. Then you're gonna know something else after I'm done with the story. So I'm gonna continue with the story. How you doing, Sister Jen? Um, I used to. My cousin Jesus Carvajal, he knows. I used to be in track. I used to run the mile and 2 mile, and I was always running a lot. So I was staying in shape for when track season came. I was ready to compete on the mile and 2 mile, whatever they placed me on. Sometimes I would even do the mile relay after doing the mile and 2 mile. Uh, so I was always running everywhere, around the dirt road. Where I come from is a small town named Rimerville, Texas, and I would run on the dirt roads, which is they're all around the little town. So I run the around the dirt roads and a lot of miles. So one day I was running towards the back way toward cemetery. I had already passed an old cemetery. I was going to the new cemeteries, which I had to cross 35. I mean, Highway 77, and I continued to run on the dirt road. And I was running down this road. It was like around 5:30 in the afternoon, and it was hot. I was running full stride, full speed. As I was running, I just felt a something hit me in the face, like literally something like something got through at me, like something hit me in the hit me in the face and in the chest. Hit me so hard that I flew back. I went back like 1 or 2 feet, and when I looked, it was nothing but what seemed to be manure. I look up to the sky. There was no no birds. There was no airplane, and it was all over my like neck area and chest. Where something got hit me in the face and on the chest. And I'm looking to the fields behind beside me. The closest thing that was to me to the right, where I believe it came from, was woods, and there was like a cabin out there. So I'm looking to see if I see any kind of movement, and there's nothing there. So I got this on me, so I ran towards the cemetery. I doing Murphy. I ran towards the cemetery, and they had some water there. Took off my shirt, threw it away because it smelled bad, and I used the faucet from there, and I cleaned myself up. Um, Basically, what I'm saying, I got hit. Something lunged uh, manure at me, but there was nothing there. This just came out of thin air. I was looking, and I couldn't find anything that might have caused that. To this day, it's like a big question mark. You know, some people I made a show with some people that they want to believe that it's 100% a Bigfoot that lunged uh, crap on me. We just said that they probably smelled my testosterone and they challenged me because they see me as a like an alpha of some sort because I was running full speed with everything I had, and that's what they told me. But spiritually, you know, I didn't witness seeing a Bigfoot throwing it at me, or it just came out of thin air, which I see a lot of those things happening, in that nature. That when you don't have a body, uh, whatever caused that, and then it just comes out of thin air, like it's coming from a portal, or like from a different portal, and it hits you, it make contact with you like that. It's crazy. That's something that I'll never forget. That happened to me down there in South Texas in the Rio Grande Valley. Yeah, I see that on the videos. Well, this is at the zoo. Yes, I see what the monkeys can do. That they can lunge poop at you. Was at a petting zoo, and one try to hit my friend with some poop. What I got hit with was not little poop. What I got hit with was a lot of poop. It was like like a if a cow was flying in the air, and it was that much crap that I got hit with. Like a lot of crap got thrown at me. Like I got hit. Was it a spiritual hit? I mean, I literally got hit by a lot, which I had to get rid of my shirt, keep myself up, and just went home. To this day, if it would have been something spiritual, I don't know at the time. I was young. If I was going to be able to battle it spiritually, because maybe I wasn't spiritual ready. But something made contact with me in that nature. Uh, Maybe it's something that was making fun of me. Like saying, "Hey, I can touch you anytime I want you, want to touch you. There's nothing you can do about it." But it's saying that, you know, here I am now, many years from that day. I'm ready to fight spiritually. Oh, it was a lot of poop on me. Hit me on the side of the neck, chest. It hit me so hard that I had a bruise on my chest. That's how hard I got hit by it. My chest was purple. It's you know, I mean, I don't know if the only other thing that I can think there might be a logical solution to it would be one of those weapons that they can lunge manure, to fertilize the land. But this happened to me. back in the 80s. Could have been somebody that did that on purpose. Would have been, but there was nothing but woods right beside me. So they would have to dodge a lot of trees just to get a direct hit on me. Like there was some fields to the left of me, but I got hit on the right side where it was nothing but woods. Uh, yeah, a lot of activity there in that area. I was fighting spiritually. Uh, I've been fighting spiritually all my life. Uh, so this, I'm just sharing one of the things with y'all. Where if I would have seen a Bigfoot, because a little bit after that incident, something else happened in the same area, and I'm gonna share it with y'all because that's the first time that happened to me. So we had a 1965 Ford pickup, like maybe a month later from that incident. I wanted to go visit my mom's grave in the cemetery, which is, I was driving down the same road, past the old cemetery, across 77, past those woods where I got the poop launched at me, that I got hit and got bruised up by it. And I went to the corner, took a right, and I could see the ranch. It was nighttime. There was a ranch behind me. You could see the lights from the ranch. And I was going down the road. I was going, I think like 35, 30, 35 because of dirt road. So as I was going 35. I noticed that the poles in front of me, I couldn't pass them, and the truck's running. I look at the speedometer, and the speedometer says 35. So I give it more gas. Then it says 40, and my truck is not moving forward. Uh, but when I look through the rearview mirror, I seen like a big like shadow behind my truck because I can't see the ranch light. Something's behind me. So as I look at the speedometer, whatever was behind the truck literally had the truck up in the air because it dropped the rear end of the truck, and as it dropped the rear end of the truck, I lost control and almost hit one of the poles that were in front of me. So I just left, and I was like freaking out, like I didn't know what was going on. I didn't even stop at the cemetery, and I drove all the way home. When I got home, my brother see me and my cousin, Jesus Carvajal, see me because he was there, and I was pale, and they were like, "Hey, what's going on?" And I was just telling them what happened, that like I was driving and that it felt like my truck wasn't moving forward, and something like dropped the rear end of the truck and almost crashed against the pole. So they went outside to check out the truck. They called me to go outside. That they wanted to show me something. Uh, when they went out, we went outside. The tailgate was ripped off the truck, and it was hanging. So when you see something like that, right, and you went through it, okay, something you're driving 35. Imagine if you're going 35 miles an hour down the dirt road, then somebody has a capability that's running as fast as 35 miles an hour. If it was something that was scripted, right, that it would have to run and pick you up from the rear end like if nothing, that it would be hard to do, right? And then that they would drop the rear end, try to make you have an accident. Uh, there was like a beastly smell. I could smell like a beastly smell in the back of the truck. You know. So my cousin was drinking a beer. He's like, "Hey cousin, can you take me to buy some smokes and get a beer?" And he's like, "Man, I just went through this. Man, just come on, just forget about it. It's probably nothing. said, "You seen the tailgate is hanging?" So we took the tailgate off and we drive, to the store. And the store is like 1 block away from a field. My cousin is. I'm looking through the rearview mirror and I see something coming from the field, and it's huge and massive, and it's moving pretty fast, coming down the block. I hear my cousin open the door, and I said, "Hurry up, get in, get in." And I said, "Why?" I said, look what's coming down the street. You can see this big old figure, which seemed to be look like a Bigfoot, but it's more of a shadow being because it was massive and it was dark, you know, and it was coming for us, and we were driving, and it was chasing us. It was chasing us till we finally made it home. Uh, what I'm trying to say is that it can be very confusing. Uh, it can be very confusing. That's where the belief factor lies, right? That if you believe that you're witnessing some kind of creature that lifted your vehicle, then it chased you down the street, and you're believing you're witnessing a creature, that's a belief factor. Uh, and to me, I never thought that of a Bigfoot at that time. Uh, I always felt, uh, even then, it was a dark shadow figure. It was the middle of the night, and I felt more of demonic in nature. That they have those kind of capabilities. Yeah, they can levitate a person. They have the spiritual capabilities of levitating something from the back of a vehicle. I know where the location is, for those cryptid hunters. They said they're hunting Bigfoot, but they haven't been able to capture one. I know the location. The only thing I would say is I can take you to that location, down in the Rio Grande Valley. I would suggest you be spiritual ready more than thinking you're going to come out with bagging a Bigfoot, because I feel to this day that all the things that I encounter, the evidence that I take out there, they're demonic in nature. How you doing, brother Alex? Yeah, cousin Jesus, eh, cousin Jessica Carvajal. I got a question for you since you've seen it also. Do you believe it was something that was in the flesh, or do you believe it was something demonic? You see how big it was. That sucker was massive. Uh, and it had to be, I would say, like 9 foot, 10 foot tall, and it covered like half of the street. And it was pretty big. I just want to see what cousin Jesse thinks because he's seen it, but he had a little bit of beer in his system. But he witnessed it. He sobered up real quick. When you experience something like that, it kills the buzz and makes you sober. It has to be uh, something that you're like, whoa, what the hell is that? And you sober up. You can have a buzz and you sober up. The buzz goes away. He said he was transparent because it had to be demonic, and it was gunning for me. He said it was like a cloud. It was a big mass. We call it bultoneros in Spanish, which means dark shadow. But I'm talking about not little shadows, like a shadow, your shadow. No, massive shadows that are huge. Uh, 10 foot. I've seen some that are 13 foot. Pretty tall. I believe those are the disembodied demonic Nephilim. And sometimes it could have been more than one. That's the one that I witnessed, cousin. I witnessed this dark shadow beings uh, with my grandfather. I don't know if y'all heard me share the story of my grandfather. Let me see Smurf, what Smurf is saying. Went hiking with the ex, decided to take a nap on a rock while she was reading the book. Woke an awful smell. After the fact, I figured it could have been a Bigfoot, but at the time I accused her. Oh shit! Must have been them tacos. Them tacos they have been out. It could have been them tacos that she might have been eating. Did y'all make up after you accused her that it might have been her? Yeah, I used to witness all this things. I believe my old town of down South Texas. There's a lot of limestone. That the town is built on limestone itself. So I believe that's why there was a lot of activity happening there. But I mean, this is my calling to be a spiritual warrior. It's been my calling since I was a kid. The enemy suffered stuff to come up against me all throughout my life, and this is what I do. You can't how should I say change fate when this is my fate. This is my destiny to do this spiritual works. So instead of trying to ignore the things that are happening around me, I say, okay, well, I'm going to accept my destiny and I'm going to fight against this unseen forces of the balance. Yes, a lot of witches covens down in South Texas. A lot of brujas and brujos, witches and warlocks. Uh, you see a lot of lechuzas, black lechuzas. Uh, the brujas, they'll send their familiars to your house to mess with you. Some will sound like a goat. When people talk about a goat man, uh, some will be looking, how should I say, to summon demons to come after you. But that's part of the balance. It's kind of like either you're scared and you're not going to defend yourself, or you're going to do something about it. And I learned very very quick that not to be afraid of what, no matter what manifestation that they take, not to be afraid. I learned that have Jesus Christ with me, and through Jesus Christ, I can overcome anything out of the balance. So that's why I stick with Jesus Christ. They get mad. Those people, there's wicked people. Because like what I mean by wicked people, they did the deals that they did, and they chose a path that they wanna be on. So that's what they were about. So you had those kind of people, and of course those that believe in Jesus Christ. So who's gonna win the spiritual warfare? Still here. Uh, and some of those people that came up against me negative back then spiritually, they're not here. But yes, this is what I believe that a lot of people mistake. Listen to me. At nighttime, there's people that say, "Oh, I seen a Bigfoot at nighttime." They see a silhouette. What they're witnessing is this demonic beings that are out there that look like shadows at nighttime. And they're saying, "Oh, I think I seen a Bigfoot. I think I seen a booger. I think I seen a booger." But what they're witnessing is a shadow being that's demonic in nature, has the ability to speak, has the ability to growl, has the ability to do many things in that nature for the fear factor. So For all those cryptid hunters, cryptozoologists, whatever you want to call yourself, uh, if you've seen a shadow figure at nighttime, most likely in the woods, it's not a Bigfoot. It's not a dog man, but most likely a shadow figure or a demonic being that's out there that's trying to get you to believe that it's a Bigfoot. So you can get some spiritual, how should I say it, control over you. That's what they do. Fear is what they dwell in. They want you to fear it. They want you to believe in it so they can get more power over you. It's a very good point. Cousin has was about how eyes and ear can be deceived. You must trust your other senses, which is your spiritual senses. You see a lot of this group of people that don't want to talk spiritually. They don't talk about the spiritual gift of discernment. They just want to talk about that they're real beings, that they're hunters, and they can fire all kinds of weapons. You can have. I used to be an expert with a lot of weapons when I was in the military. You can have all the weapons that you want, but you ain't going to kill something that's in spirit. You're going to waste ammo. You know, ammo costs quite a bit. You're going to waste all your ammo, come out with zero kills because you shoot into something that's in just a body form. That's just the God honest truth. Thank you. You hear it all the time, brothers and sisters. Uh, from when they do the interviews where it's the guy that said he's been he's been hunting all his life and he's seen the Bigfoot. He shoots at the Bigfoot. The bullets go right through him. It was a hit, but then the bullet hits the branches, and then the Bigfoot just disappears because it's not a Bigfoot. If it disappears, the bullets ain't gonna hurt it. It could probably be a manifestation right there, but it could only hold manifestation for certain long, for certain time frames. Here, but they're shooting with anger, right? Ah, I'm gonna kill this. That's a spiritual opening. It's like I gotcha. I'm gonna thinking I'm gonna murder this. I'm gonna kill it. That's a spiritual opening. Anger, hatred, the mindset that you're gonna kill. If it's demonic, it's gonna possess you, man. I'm telling you, it's gonna bond you. You're not gonna be able to fight that uh, something that's in disembodied form with any weapon, any man-made weapon. You're gonna get a miss every time. Your rounds are gonna be wasted rounds. I could have a tank and shoot at something like that with my 50 caliber 240, or even with a main gun round, and I'm not gonna get a confirmed kill. Why? Because it's demonic of nature, disembodied form. It's already dead. You're not gonna have a body. That's why there's no Bigfoot's ever found, any cryptids ever found. I'm just being honest that we're dealing with something that's demonic of nature, and the only way we're going to be able to overcome uh, this being, or should I say, DDN, disembodied demonic Nephilim, is through Jesus Christ. That's the only way we're going to be able to fight it is spiritually with the love foundation, and we have to have anger, hatred, bad intentions out of our hearts, out of our minds. We have to forgive our enemies daily because that's what we're supposed to, the way it's supposed to be in order for us to have the love foundation, the relationship with Jesus Christ, and the ability to use the spiritual gift of discernment. We have to be a certain way spiritually. I'm just being straight up here in spiritual encrypted encounters. Uh, to all these people that say that they shot a dog, man, that they killed a Bigfoot, that they shot it, they show their weapons or what they used. They show the weapons. Where's the body? No bodies. Nobody's ever found because it's a made up story. Maybe they did. Maybe they did shoot at something, but it wasn't a confirmed kill. Why? Because it was demonic in nature, disembodied. Because if it was something real, you would have a confirmed kill. You would have a picture of it. I mean, I'm just being honest. Let me read some of these comments here. Smurfer said maybe some enchiladas con culo. Okay. Jessica Bayun in the church. That's right, cousin Jesse. Uh, yeah, it can be settled with a fist. You're going to lose when they're attacking you spiritually. Smurfer said, yep, I seen one silhouette that looked just like my dad. Voto Negro, yes. Jessica Rabaza, yes. And ear scans can be deceived. Even the heart can be deceived, so we trust the Holy Spirit. Amen. So the original super soldiers, yes. Yes, the disembodied demonic Nephilim are the original super soldiers. When they were here on the earth, they're massive. I believe they were in different sizes because they were demonic, so they were massive. Uh, the Washers were the creators of them when they were the Nephilim, and they were destroying Earth, uh, everything, anything of God's creation they were destroying. That's why that God had the Heavenly Father had to protect His people because the Washers went against them. They're the ones supposed to be watching over mankind. So He created the great flood, destroyed the offspring of the Watchers, which was the Nephilim. He destroyed them, their body that was their form, but since they were part demonic, they exist amongst us without a vessel, but they're demon. That's the disembodied demonic Nephilim. That's why I call them the DDN. They're around us, in which they're still dangerous for those that have spiritual openings. For those that don't know how to fight spiritually or what they're dealing with, they can be dangerous to anybody that has a spiritual opening. How? Because they have the ability to possess a vessel, and as they possess the vessel, they can also have the uh, ability to destroy the vessel because their main mission is to destroy as many children of God. Like they were destroying God's creations back in the past, they're still doing the same thing right now. When you hear a suicide, there you go. That's what they do. Some people don't even know what happened to them because they had spiritual openings. Yes, I call them the disembodied, which is spirit, demonic, Nephilim. That's why you see them on short reels when they manifest. They come out of nowhere. They have the beastly look. It's like they manifest that way, but they're amongst in spirit, or should I say, disembodied form, causing chaos and havoc all throughout around the world. One of these days, I will go back out there to the wood line, or maybe I can go to a different location. It doesn't matter where I go; it's always capture activity because here in Central Texas, uh, a lot of the activities everywhere in Central Texas. When people say, I haven't seen a shapeshifter. I want to see a shapeshifter. I want to see a shadow figure. I can take you to Elms Grove. You want to see something like that? But if you have a spiritual opening, they're going to be licking their chops. They're going to try to come for you. Now, I don't want to endanger anybody, that's not spiritual ready. So technically, technically, the disembodied demon never can go into anything, you know, to a computer, into your cell phone, uh, picture frames, uh, your personal belongings. You know, they have those abilities. Uh, so they could go with just about anything. Statues, Statue of Liberty. They have those abilities. That's the real if spiritual the real original. I guess you could say super soldier is a disembodied demonic Nephilim. Imagine those airplanes where they hit the twin towers. They said there were terrorists that were operating this plane. Whatever they were being demonically possessed to do that. You know, whether they did that in that nature, that they were being demonically driven because maybe the demons were pissed off with the government because they wasn't doing what they were supposed to be doing. So that was punishment to them because our government is crooked as hell. They they worship things that are not Jesus Christ. There's a lot of people in power that way, and they're getting affiliated with other governments that don't believe in Jesus Christ because they're part of, how should I say, the secret societies like the Illuminati, Masons, etc. Cults. But that's just my opinion of what I think about that, brothers and sisters. Here on Spiritual Encrypted Encounters. For those that tune in loyally, like I said, I'm sorry I didn't do one yesterday, but my wife surprised me ahead of time and blessed me with the equipment here. How does it sound? Does it sound different than before, or does it have more sound than when I used to do my lives before? I mean, what do y'all think? A thumbs up if you like the new setup. If you can hear me loud and clear. A thumbs up by Miss Ayura Ramirez. All right. Hello. Thank you. Now, when I was in the army, I did witness things that were coming out of the woods, uh, on range, especially in tank table 12. Uh, we was always noticing this shadow figures, right, on range. They were pretty big, but they didn't have a heat signature. So like our tanks were we had the capability of seeing something through our thermal, which would show a heat signature. Like for example, if there's a fox, a rat, a deer, we're able to see it because it's showing heat, because it's alive. We witnessed this dark shadow figures downrange that show no heat signature, uh, which had no heat, and you could see them moving downrange, which we had to call a ceasefire. We witnessed that, uh, and then sometimes we'll witness this. You want to call them werewolves? You want to call them lycanthrope? Uh, they'll be standing by the wood line when we would go to our late at night, like 2, 3 in the morning. Our tank was always kind of like one of the last couple of tanks to go down range for night fire. I think it was like 3:30 in the morning. We were gonna go evaluate it for a night run. And as we were walking towards the area where they were gonna evaluate us, we seen there seemed to be two of them standing by the wood line, werewolf-like creatures, and they were looking at us. And me and my TC, 'cause I was a gunner at the time, and my TC, he was looking at them too. So we looked at each other. Said, "Do you see that?" When we looked back, they were gone. They were real tall, standing by the wood line on Fort Hood, on the base. Uh, we walked out of the. We went to do our night. We wasn't even worried about the what we're gonna give us. But it's like we're just thinking about what we seen, and we looked at each other and we're like, "What the f was that?" And my TC said sometimes it's just best to leave things in Mother Nature alone. That's what he said. I told him I want to have him on the show of what we witnessed. We're together for 3 years as a crew. Well, I was in Fort Hood 3 years or 3 years together. Uh, exactly. So it's like you just look at each other, and I will see him all the time. Imagine you're walking to go to a certain point through the woods to leave your tank. And you're walking to go, for example, use a restroom or to go get some soup or coffee, and you're walking through the woods and you see just a shadow figure pass behind you, but you ignore it because you already know, I had already been through a lot of things spiritually. So sometimes it will come that way. That they'll pass right beside you just to get your attention. But there is animals out there. Like I said, we see a lot of deer. We see coyotes, um, javelina, uh, mountain lions, cougars, wildcats. We will see them through our sight. We could laze on those creatures, and it tell us how far they were away from us. But we have that kind of technology on the tank. I never, those shadow figures that I would see. I never registered Never seen through the thermal a Bigfoot. I never seen a dog man through the thermals of the tank that it didn't register them. But I will see these dark shadow figures out there that were huge that had no heat signature. That's why I say to the viewers here in Spiritually Cryptid Encounters that I believe that they're more of demonic in nature, spiritual beings. Uh, we look into history. Lilith had children that went into the woods, right? She's the one that was supposed to be Adam's first wife, and she didn't. She didn't want to be equal to. She wanted to be. She didn't want to be below Adam. She wanted to be equal to Adam, and she left. And then, of course, she took a beastly form, and they say that her children live in the woods. So maybe we're witnessing something of that nature. Lilith's children, they live in the woods. Yeah, but I think the Miami Mall aliens that I've seen, they're more. It doesn't look. They look more that they were made up. Like it's like they were just added to the videos to look something like that. That's not how a shadow figure looks like. But the way that they made it seem to me looks more of IG, like it's made up that way. It doesn't look real. Just like when I witness some of these people that say, "Oh, I caught a Bigfoot" or this and that, you can literally tell it's a person in costume. It's not that hard to figure out. What you're looking at. Yeah, there's a lot of technology that can stage things up to be a certain thing. It's when you run into the real thing that you're gonna know. Oh shit! What I seen over there in Las Vegas, or that wasn't the real deal. But I did hear some stories of Las Vegas where the people were witnessing people were getting possessed uh, in the audience by demons. That they were acting strange, acting weird before all the things happened over there and that and during the concert. I heard some stories like that in which that would be more believable. But at the same time, you that's a concert. What's a concert? Drugs. You know. So was there drugs that were being passed around that was making people hallucinate and stuff like that? Possibly, right? Because normally what happened at concerts. So just leaving it out there. But I think that's what might have happened. There's a lot of videos that I see that you could tell are fake as hell. Excuse my language. Uh, that they're fake videos. I'll tell you what, if those people that are in costume are really run into something like what I run into, those people in costume be running with their costume. Imagine if somebody wearing a costume to pretend to be a Bigfoot or whatever, and then they get demonized and start acting like Wendigoism. That's what happens, right? Somebody gets possessed, they start acting out of character, out of themselves, not like themselves. So it's kind of like that's one of the main reasons I kind of go by myself to the woods, because I want nobody to get spiritually attacked. You gotta be ready and prepared spiritually to be able to go. You don't have to worry about not just you, but you have to worry about who's with you when when you go and investigate. I was in the military 10 years. I was in the Cav like 8 years. We did a lot of training. I spent a lot of time in the woods, being in the military. not just in the woods, but in all terrain. That I witnessed a lot of things. In the desert, you could see when I was in. I went to Operation Through the Storm. Then I went back in '95, and I witnessed the djinn out there, which are demonic beings, right? They have the ability to possess somebody, to torment somebody spiritually if they see spiritual opening. That's how they attack. If you have an opening, they will attack. That's why I understand why, when I talk spiritually, when I talk about bringing the spiritual proof, and I'm showing you the spiritual proof, how they appear out of nowhere, and you see how they look. They look kind of beastly, but they're they're in between realms where you can tell they're disembodied. I'm bringing the spiritual evidence out, that nature. In which, when somebody tries to put something on, they say, "Look, I got this." They just have a picture or something. I'll show you the whole. I show the short reel, and I have the full video of what I debunked when I captured this thing. Right, not just a picture, but a short reel that I create from my footage from the live videos that I did. But I bring the spiritual proof to the table, especially on that one that I created last week. Was it last week where it just comes out of thin air, like appears, charges me, coming straight for me, and then the video, my phone gives out, and it got close, and that's where it stopped. So you have to be spiritual ready at all times. You know, 9 years, just about like 8 years in the cab, training in the woods. So kind of like this shapeshifter skinwalkers. They kind of know who I am because I'm more sure spiritually. Spirit knows the spirit. They know that I've been in their area for a very long time. Whether I was in the military and not in the military no more. There was one time that the whole tank got stuck, like in a hole. It was mud and like something like was holding down the tank, you know. And we were able to get out of the hole. But when following day, when the sun rose, we seen the side of the tank. It looked like it had three claw marks. I mean, giant claw marks on the side of the tank, where you could see where they started sharp and got bigger. It was freaked out. It's like our tank got marked by three marks on the left side of the tank. Uh, we're looking at it, and we're like, "What the hell caused that?" What caused it to look that way? We say, well, maybe it was we went into the hole, but it literally looked like three claw marks on the side of the tank. Finished that at work. Ever left the night, stopped walking to my warehouse, and all of the hair stood up on my arms. Knew something was up. I commanded whatever it was there to leave in the Jesus Christ. Amen, brother. You did that. I'm glad you reacted in that nature. That's what you're supposed to do. Follow your senses. If your senses are telling you that's a warning sign that something's around you spiritually, that's exactly what you do. As soon as you feel it, you say, I tie bound and rebuke in Jesus Christ's name. I take authority over you in Jesus Christ's name. You don't allow me. Leave me alone. and they leave you because you're taking authority over them. Why would they leave? Like I said before, through Jesus Christ, but we're children of God, we're chosen ones, which we have more power over them spiritually because we have a chance to make it into the kingdom of heaven. They're fallen, and the DDN, they're not God's creation, so their fate is already sealed. That's why they get pissed off. Yeah, you're not supposed to fear. No matter how they sound, what noises they make, what manifestation they take, we're not supposed to fear. Don't give them power through belief. That's the only way they can attack your vessel. If you give them power, you take away the power, they have no jurisdiction over you. Just being straight up here on spiritual encrypted encounters. Yeah, you're not supposed to fear at all. It's like when I was in combat, I already did my prayer. I left whatever my fate was going to be up to Jesus Christ, and I just battled uh, what I was trained to do, right? But I maintained my faith with Jesus Christ, uh, and I'm still here, thanks to Jesus Christ. If anything could have happened, amen, Renner. That's what you're supposed to do. I know sometimes people make fun, right? Like, for example, because I say a lot of things that people are believing in are demonic. Well, and there is a lot of things that are in place that are demonic. For example, music, cults, organizations, things that are anti Jesus Christ. Uh, the witches, the warlock, the common. There's a lot of things that are against Jesus Christ that are in place within society or government. A lot of crooked government that dabble in those things because they want power because of what they want to be influenced uh, through those demonic powers, right? Because I think it's some kind of power, but it's really not power. It's because I'm going to be honest, your spiritual encrypted encounters, uh, there are idiots like giving up the birthright, making these things that are falling mean something to them. They think they have some kind of power because they're being deceived, and that's the truth. Thank you, brother Runner. It's sad because I've fought spiritually, and to me, all life is precious. Even the life of the enemy is precious. The reason is because they have a spirit, like I have a spirit. So when I make this life fit, is to try to guide people the right direction. That's my number one thing that I do. Is try to guide people to the right direction, even if they reside and believe in other things. There's still hope, you know. I want people to be saved. I don't want them to be thrown into the pit of fire, into the lake of fire. Uh, this is why I do this. You know, I tell people God is a forgiving God. Uh, He'll forgive you, and so long you ask God for forgiveness, repent for your sins, He'll accept you. Doesn't matter what you've done. You know, we all have to be judged, right? But there's always a chance for people to change their ways in life, their path in life. It's through Jesus Christ. Now, I've seen the people that are demonized, witches, warlocks, that you could tell that they're, some of them, you could tell that they're tired of being that way because having anger and hatred in the heart, going against even their loved ones, their children, because they chose uh, Lucifer and the demons. They even know when their time comes and they get older that the fate is already sealed. And you can see the fear in their face. And it's not the fear of Jesus Christ, it's the fear of where they're going to because they chose that path. When they try to come up against somebody that's spiritual and they see the love foundation just radiating out, that it affects them in a positive way, then it leaves them a question mark on their head. The question mark that leaves in their head is, I'm an evil person and I've done so many evil things to a lot of people, but the love that this person has is affecting me and changing me. How could that happen? Because the power of Jesus Christ is a lot greater than doing evil deeds, doing evil work, wicked things. That's the answer right there. You know, the power of the Heavenly Father is awesome. Thank you, Brother Al, uh, for saluting me, brother. Yeah, it's like accepting somebody accepting you for who you are. Right? Everybody knows their destiny, some way, shape, or form. So this is who I am, you know, and I'm not afraid to be who I am. I show myself even to my enemies because I'm trying to awaken my brothers and sisters. Even my enemies are my brothers and sisters, whether they like it or not. Why? While they're still here on earth, they still have a soul, a spirit in them, that even they can change the way. If they value life, they value their spirit, and if they value their next of kin, then they see what I'm talking about. But here in spiritual encounters, we don't hold back talking spiritually. We don't hold back about placing Jesus Christ first. I share my wisdom and knowledge with y'all, try to help y'all out as much as I can. You know, for anybody that's got any questions, I'm here. This is what I do. Never forget Jesus Christ. Because you forget Jesus Christ, then he's going to forget you. But I talk about Jesus Christ all the time. I know there's people that they're being spiritually bonded. They want to believe that Bigfoot is 100% real or whatever they believe in. They dislike when you bring Jesus Christ into the picture or you talk spiritually about it because it takes the aspect of this Bigfoot or dogman or whatever kind of cryptid they're seeing takes that out of the equation to make it. I mean, because the truth is they're demonic in nature. They're in disembodied form. And I'm beginning of what I witnessed. There's a lot of people realizing that now. As I speak about it, I was one of the kind of like the first person to bring the spiritual aspect out of it. Dogman Encounters 53. I spoke about it that I felt that what I witnessed was demonic. So, and I stuck to that of what I witnessed, and all the things that I witnessed from when I was a kid all the way up to now. That we are fighting an unseen spiritual war that's been amongst us for a very long time. It's not just happening; it's been here. See, it's been here. It's just more people are beginning to realize that we might be here in the flesh, but that we have to protect our spirit because there's unseen forces that want to destroy our bodies, our vessels, try to get to our spirit. That's why we have to protect our spirit and our vessel with the love foundation. But yes, I got targeted big time because I brought the spiritual aspect out of it from all kinds of people, not just cryptid people, people from the paranormal, people from aliens. They believe in it. All these people. Just they're like, hey, let's go target Abe Sias, Abe Sias. I was just a small guy, you know. Uh, but you know what it was. I'll be honest. It was what was bonding them that decided to attack them, right? Because I was trying to reach out to them spiritually. So these unclean spirits that were bonding these people that were from the cryptic communities, alien communities, paranormal community, is because they see me as a spiritual threat because I was speaking in truth, right? To all different communities, speaking in truth, and they see me as a spiritual threat. They say, okay, let's put a stop to this guy. Facebook had gotten permanently deleted. A group of positive spiritualists got it permanently deleted. I pray to God. So what should I do? Like, hey, you already know the answer to that. Okay, created another positive spiritualist. Started growing, and boom, I got hit again. Stop growing. Okay, so it's the cryptic community, the majority that's attacking me. So I said to myself, God, what should I do? God's already telling me. You already know the answer to that, So I created spiritual encrypted encounters. I grew on I was doing podcasts, doing all kinds of things, and it started growing. I went over 2,000. Then I created spiritual encrypted encounters here on YouTube. And this has grown and it continues to grow. Which is, you see, I never gave up. In spite of what people were saying about me, how I was being targeted, it's kind of like this: people can paint you to be a certain way, but till they get to meet you and you speak to them heart to heart, truth and truth, then they know that you're a good man, right? Or a good person, that you're really just out to try to help out people spiritually. So when you speak in truth, you have nothing to worry about because you speak in truth. It's the people. It's the people that speak in false narrative or lies, or that they get affiliated to come up against you. What I mean by that is, if I have Jesus Christ on my side, there can be a lot of people coming up against me, right? But with Jesus Christ on my side, man, they're going to fail every single time because Jesus Christ is with me. Amen. I like this little new addition to the spiritual encrypted encounters. I hope you'll enjoy tonight's conversation. I used to deal with all the time when I was in the army. People want you to be a certain way. Like, you gotta be this way. You gotta be this way. I'm gonna be who I am. Spiritually, I've always talked to people spiritually all my life. When if it's something I had to handle through the military, well, I handle it too, right? But I've always been a spiritual person. My brothers and sisters, they're way younger than me, but they know how I am spiritually. I've always been, I'm the one that people call when there's certain things happening around their homes. I go and pray, I bind and rebuke, cleans homes. That's what I do. I'm there for my family, not just for my family, but for people that need my spiritual assistance. There's the work that I do. I've been doing it for a very long time. And now, of course, it comes with the territory. You get targeted by people. You get targeted by people that are in cults, uh, yeah, brujos, brujas, uh, voodoo guys, uh, voodoo priestess. Um, you get targeted by all kinds of people. Even the government targets you because they don't want you to speak about Jesus Christ. They don't want you to awaken your brothers and sisters. Right? So you get targeted from all different directions. People can target me whatever they want to, but so long I play Jesus Christ first, that's all that matters to me. I will overcome no matter how many times people target me. I will overcome them spiritually through Jesus Christ. That's all I can say. Through Jesus Christ, we can overcome the enemy, uh, which is a DDN, which is body demon and Nephilim. And for those cryptozoologists that like to hunt, this right here, it's going to be all mis. They're going to be all misfires. It's going to be misses because you're fighting, trying to shoot something that's in disembodied form. So they're going to be wasted rounds, no kills, right? Because you're pursuing it the wrong way. And right here in spiritually encrypted encounters, I'll just tell it how it is and straight up. I'm not gonna BS you. You're gonna be straight up with you. Trust me. I had the equipment. I had the rounds when I was in the military. I think one time, couple of times, no one would see them down there, do some shots at them. They just kept on walking. So some of those rounds, trust me, uh, I've heard of people that will see this, thought there were troops. They were like, "What were you shooting this direction?" I said, "Well, I thought there were the troops." But the panels have a heat panel where you can see the heat of the panel. I said, "Well, I see something over there moving," but it was no heat uh, uh, index coming off of it. Some people would shoot it, but it would still be moving. So I'm saying that because there are not what people call cryptids. They're demonic nature. Imagine the guy that was shooting at the. They said identified troops. They said fire on the way, re-engage because they're not falling down. Fire on the way, re-engage. Fire on the way. There's no targets going down, so they go and get evaluated, and they get a poor uh, score, even though they were shooting at something, but it wasn't the target that was set up for the range. It's got the heat signature, but they were shooting at something that was out there, but it was there wasn't shooting at the real pop up target. So when they go to get evaluated, the scores are not that good because it took too much time shooting at the troops that wouldn't go down. You're like, I shot at them, they never hit the target, the red hits, but it never went down because it wasn't real target. It was something that looked like target without a heat signature. They were moving, and it was a miss because you're shooting something that's in this body form. And what I mean by that is because at nighttime, silhouette, shadow figures, that's what they thought they were troops. And the troops don't move. Now as they get a little bit more advanced, the troops, it'll pop like 6 targets of troops. So you shoot to where the pop-up target comes out. You know, normally they have a heat signature on them, like it's like a little heat panel that you can see them. But I hope you're all enjoying tonight's live feed. I just want to say thank you all for those that are tuning in here on Spiritual Encrypted Encounters. We've been going strong for about an hour and 59 minutes. I still haven't seen any trolls pop up tonight, which I guess that's a good thing. Maybe they got trolled out uh, over the weekend, messing with people. But I did have this here for them. If there will pop up, I'll say troll identified, fire on the way. Troll down, troll down. Oh man. But I have seen some weird stuff, brothers and sisters. I'm gonna share one with you. You're here for stories, right? The one that kind of freaked me out that I witnessed when I was in the military, when I lived in the village. Uh, there was something happening where I lived on the third floor, and it was always it was a weekend, and I could hear little kids running up and down the stairs. They come and bang on my door. When I open the door, there's nobody there. So it was happening like around 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning. So then it was happening like almost every weekend. Where you hear them running into the vestibule, which is windows and a door. They have to open the door to come in to where the rooms are, and I hear them running towards the door. Their little footsteps. Boom, 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 boom. My door. I open it up, but there's nobody there. And one day I heard them laughing through. We had the village was like a quad, like a square. And I could hear them laughing from a window. I went downstairs, banging on the door, trying to talk to the people there. Hey, you need to keep these kids in your room, because some guys had girlfriends that had kids, right? So I'm banging on the door. This other door opens beside me. And I was like, hey, you need to tell this guy to keep his kids. they're running around everywhere, and they're like, "Hey, nobody's in that room. That the room's empty." You know? I went back to the village, and I'm like freaking out. Like what the hell's going on? And I remember seeing this thing. I was asleep. It was like in the middle of like sleeping and not asleep. 'Cause I was dozing off. I witnessed this being. Looked like he had bat wings. I'll just say demonic wings. The face looked like demonic slash vampire-ish, but ugly, demonic form. The same texture as the face. It was right there by the corner of my bed where my feet were. Pretty tall, probably like 7 foot, 8 foot. He was just looking at me. Demonic being looking at me. I was able to get up and I prayed against it. Uh, After that, I moved rooms. I said, "Man, I can take this no more." So they moved me somewhere else, and there was activity there too. So then I said, "You know what? I'm just getting my place out of here." So I was an NCO. I found me an apartment, and I got off the base because there was too much activity happening there on base. You see some of these comments. I don't know who's here with me right now. Who do we got here still? Whoever's here, give me a thumbs up. I was seeing people interacting earlier, but then it just stopped. Cold turkey. It's because everybody's listening or tuning in, or you might have all fallen asleep. I don't think it's that a noise or if you're falling asleep here. Anybody here? Anybody here? I'm not seeing no comment in the chat. Somebody give me a thumbs up if you're here. And like the comments stopped a long time ago. Who's here with me? Oh, there you go. Maybe Ramirez is here. Thank you. May is here. But that one right there. So basically, what I'm saying is this: 2:30, 3 in the morning. If you're hearing children running around your home, don't go outside. Because demons can mimic the voices of children. Uh, they're just trying to lure you out. Don't open the door. If you open the door, do the sign of the cross. Nothing will be able to come in. Uh, Keep your home blessed. There was a time where there was this guy that he was said his mom was a Wiccan, he was Wiccan, and he wanted to go to this area in Elms Grove, and he said he could close the portal to his end. But the reason probably there was so much activity there because somebody left the portal open. So when he went there to Elms Grove, and he went to the path, and as soon as he went into the path, it's like something happened to him, like something you could say took over his body, possessed him, and he's acting weird, and he's acting weird, and he starts going into the darkness, but he's not acting himself. So I didn't want nothing to happen to the guy. I went in there and I pulled him out of the darkness. I had already prayed up, and I picked him up on my shoulders and I brought him out of the woods. Just whatever had possessed him or bonded him just pulling it in deeper into the woods. So I literally carried this guy on my shoulders, with no fear. Matima Love Foundation, with Jesus Christ, and I walked him like 100, I'm saying like 150 yards safety because I didn't want him something to happen to him. But when I put him down on the ground, it's like he had no energy, and he had no energy. He just fell to the ground, and he started seeing the shadow figures and the things that I would see. He started seeing them. He started hit. Started like seeing the things I was just say. I put him in the car. He said, "They're coming, they're coming," and he was screaming. He was scared. Put him in the car. He starts banging on the car, the back of the vehicle, and I was like, "Hey, get him out of here!" I told him, "Get him out of here." So they throw him away. It's kind of like the last time I ever seen him. But he had gotten spiritually attacked there in Elms Grove. There's been quite a few people that got spiritually attacked in Elms Grove. I got a question for y'all, brothers and sisters. When y'all hear some of the stories of people that witnessed a dog man or witnessed a Bigfoot, right? To say that witnessed it or whatever. How many times when you hear the stories, if you really listen to them, if you're a person that's smart, right? And you hear somebody speak when they're speaking to you in truth, when you hear a story that somebody's saying something, can you tell when somebody is being truthful? Can you tell when somebody is BSing you with the story that they're saying? That they're lying of the story that they're saying. There's times that I try to tune in to some stories, and I can tell when somebody is not being truthful. Sometimes they contradict themselves. If the same question is asked to them, so it's like I stop tuning in. And you have to be careful because there is a lot of con artists out there, hoaxers, or certain people that pretend they're stolen valor. A lot of people like that. That if they're lying that they were in the military, they're going to lie. Every story that they've ever said or ever spoken of, most likely is a lie. Yeah. Just like I could tell about that guy, Stolen Valor guy. I could tell he was full of it. Being prior military, I could tell that he was in legit. Uh, I'm the one that figured him out. Uh, Stolen Valor, what's his name? Dirty Volt. And of course, there's the other people that are fake as hell too. Uh, they troll me all the time. I'm gonna talk about them. The people from OKC. I've seen some of their videos, and they're hoaxers. They're well, not hoaxers. They're more of bums. They just want to get money off of people. I mean, I seen a video where the guy literally threw a rock. He threw a rock. You could see him get the rock out of his pocket and threw a rock, and then pretend to say that it was a Bigfoot. He's like, "Come on, man." I don't know what these people would do if they really were run into something that was real. Uh, what I mean by that is spiritual real. I hope they truly do believe in Jesus Christ. Because that's what you will have to do. Despite spiritual. I bind and rebuke in Jesus Christ's name. Say a deliverance prayer. Call upon the Heavenly Father, the Holy Spirit, the heavenly angels to come and assist you. Depends how hot and heavy it is, fighting spiritually. That's what you're supposed to. I just want to thank y'all for tuning in here with me. I know y'all tired, and I don't want to keep y'all too much. Um, but in saying that, brothers and sisters, I hope you enjoyed tonight's live feed. We went strong for 2 hours and 12 minutes here. Um, like I always say, thank you all for tuning in. I do have a picture that I wanted to place. It was before the storm came through. Maybe I feel that whatever manifested knew something was going to come through. But as we pray against something like a storm or something, is when we pray against it, it's because we want nobody to get hurt. So we pray against it, right? For it not to be as strong, or for the destruction not to be too severe. So we pray against it. I got a couple of pictures I haven't put out yet, but I am thinking about putting some old pictures of Elms Grove with that path, so you can see the beams that are there. Uh, that's what I like to do. Just uh, recuperating from the tornado. My mother-in-law is doing a lot better. Uh, she's back home now. Uh, my wife, she's been uh, it's her mother. She's the only daughter, so she's been going through a lot. Like I let her get rest. And going back and forth to the hospital. But she's a strong woman. Both of them are. My mother-in-law and my wife. She gets the toughness from her mother. Even though she's going through a lot, she's placing her faith and trust in Jesus Christ. But in saying that, brothers and sisters, thank you all for tuning in. God bless you and your families. Always remember to maintain the Love Foundation. Uh, not fear, not anger. Forgive as you forgive. Uh, get blessed with the spiritual gift of discernment to be able to sense what's around you spiritually. Those gifts of discernment are very important, brothers and sisters. Once you obtain those spiritual good discernment, you're going to see what I'm talking about. You're going to be able to do things that you couldn't do before through those spiritual gift discernment, because it's going to come to you automatically. Thank you, Sister Ayu Ramirez. Good night, everybody. God bless y'all. Uh, peace out, everybody. So tomorrow, see what we speak about tomorrow. Y'all have a beautiful, blessed evening. Love, light, and blessings to you, your family, and children. Uh, don't forget to tell them you love them. I love you every day. Very important to not just talk about a love foundation, but to practice it. Show the love to your children and to your friends, family, and friends. Or to strangers that need spiritual help. It's important to overcome the things around us through heavenly